Thank you very much, Mayor Hamiduddin. The next person I'm going to introduce to you, it is very difficult for me to introduce him. He is such a distinguished luminary in America. From the 50s, he has been building bridges between Muslims and others in America. When he was a student, he formed the Muslim Student Association, MSA. Then he developed that into Islamic Society of North America. And through Islamic Society of North America, in difficult times, he built so many bridges. After 9/11, his contribution to bringing American Muslims in the mainstream of America cannot be described in words. And as you can imagine, Dr. Saeed, Muhammad Saeed, faced tremendous obstacles and tremendous roadblocks. In fact, I was with some meetings with him in Washington, and I saw him face those difficult moments. But with great skill, he built bridges with the government of the United States, with the various centers of power, which is very difficult, as you can imagine, in the post-9/11 world. He is also associated with CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations, as an advisor. He has written many books. His best book, which I distributed a little while ago, is this book, What's Right with Islam is What is Right with America. There could not be a more thought-provoking and focused book on the modern problems of America. So if Americans are facing a problem with Muslims, that's an American problem. That is not just a problem for the Muslims. And mashallah, we have such a distinguished leader as Dr. Sayyid Muhammad Saeed, chaperoning us and guiding us and showing us the light so that we can cross that bridge. You know, many minorities before us have faced tremendous difficulties. They had, African Americans had Martin Luther King, and other people had leaders like that. Without good, gifted leaders, you know, life becomes difficult. So we are very fortunate to have a distinguished and gifted intellectual like Dr. Sayyid Muhammad Saeed as our leader, and leader of the ISNA, and leaders of the Muslims of America. So at this time, I request our distinguished Professor Dr. Muhammad Saeed to please address the audience and tell us how we get ahead in America, how we become a part of America, and how we succeed in America.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's quite a humbling experience. Khaja, I remember him when he established along with his friends this organization. So today when we are celebrating the 25th anniversary, it is with sense of pride that we are recounting the achievements. Well, I remember the verse from Allama Iqbal. He said, वतन से दूर करेंगे अहले वतन बस्तियां आबाद मेरी नज़र नहीं है सुई कूफो व बगदाद. It was about 100 years ago that the great poet Iqbal said that वतन से दूर करेंगे अहले वतन बस्तियां आबाद. People from my country will establish new communities far away in a new world. At that time, Indians were not even allowed to come to America. That was about 100 years ago. But the vision was very clear. He was looking forward to the emergence of a new community in a new world with a new understanding of their role, with a new understanding and a vision of their religion, with a new understanding of their identity. And we are the fulfillment of that vision today. And in the second verse, he made it much clearer. He said, Meri nazar nahi hai sui Kufa wa Baghdad. I am not telling Muslims to revive or to just revere those old centers of sanctity and centers of intellectual centers of Islam. We are capable of creating new and vibrant, flourishing Islamic communities here in this new world. In 50s and 60s, for the first time, when the Muslim students started coming to America, the reason was that many of the countries were getting freedom from their colonial occupation. So naturally, their first priority was to send their students for higher studies in science and technology and education in America. So naturally, students came from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, African countries, Southeast Asia, and European countries. They came to America. In the 60s, we had about 500,000 Muslim students in America. It was a new experience for all of us, having such a huge number of Muslims in American universities. It had never happened. For Muslims, it was new because they were in a country where they were not targeted for being Muslims as they were. If North African Muslims went to France, the relationship was the colonial masters and the colonized regions. If Indian Muslims went to Europe, to England, the same asymmetrical relationship was there. And here, it was a different environment. And for America, it was also a new experience to have people of a new religion, which was so close to Christianity and Judaism that they were familiar here. You know, today we have 2,000 to 3,000 Islamic centers. But when we came here in those numbers, we didn't have that many Islamic centers. The first thing we did was we established Muslim Students Association of US and Canada. We had no places for worship or meetings for religious functions like this. You know what we did? It was the Christian churches that opened their doors for us to perform our prayers, to have our Islamic events. So our growth and development in America,